As I have been taking an interest in India for quite some time, I am feeling the necessity to learn India's languages. I know how important Sanskrit is, but to start with, I must learn Hindi, as it is my husband's native language. Once I am good enough in Hindi, I will learn Sanskrit too, and maybe even other Indian languages. The fact is that almost all India's ancient scriptures which talk about spirituality, science or health are in Sanskrit. It is said that Sanskrit must be learned by the help of an enlightened Vedic guru or an authentic spiritual master who is a receiver of the knowledge through an oral transfer, because if one learns Sanskrit from a spiritual master, one will be able to recognize the parts which are said to be misinterpreted or tempered. This is going to be a long and interesting journey, and at the same time it does sound very challenging too, unlike Hindi learning, which I can so easily learn by the help of a smart application, for example. As you know, I have already started a series on the ancient inventions of India, and that is why I am very motivated to learn Sanskrit so that I can understand the ancient Hindu scriptures myself without any help. By the way, these days I am working really hard on a documentary which is going to be the longest movie that we have ever made, and as you can imagine, it is about India. Probably we will release it in May or June. Learning Hindi is a priority, and my husband is helping me a lot with Hindi, but I don't want to bother him too much by my questions, which sometimes can be silly, and that is why I have a free application which is my backup teacher of Hindi. The first words that I learned in Hindi were Namaskar and Pranam, and then I went on to learn more complicated structures like Ab se milke khushi hui. In learning a language, the most important thing is the correct pronunciation, and through the application that I use, I get a chance to learn the pronunciation too. I found out that a lot of Indians are on this application as well. So let me show this app to you. It is high native. The good thing is that apart from Android and iOS, it is available on a computer browser too. I remember how in old days, everybody had to make different profiles for different websites, but nowadays you have applications like this where you can just log in from email, Facebook or even from your Twitter account. So here is my notebook in which I am writing down everything in Hindi that I have been learning. Whenever I am out, I also try to speak in Hindi as much as possible so that I can learn quickly. When it comes to learning a language, the most important part is to have a chance to speak to native speakers, and whenever I have doubts, I go to the same application, as there are so many native Hindi speakers who help me whenever I ask a question. And it is so easy to ask a question because the developers of this app have already provided the pre-built questions formats. My first question was about how do you say "How can I help you" in Hindi? And a few seconds later, some native speaker sent me the answer, which was "मैं आपकी कैसे सहायता कर सकती हूँ?" I mostly ask questions only about Hindi, but there are more than 110 languages, which also includes Polish. By the way, did you know that Polish is said to be one of the most difficult languages of the world? Chinese and Japanese are also said to be very difficult. Before I used to take the help of Google Translate to learn the pronunciation in Hindi words, but the premium version of this application has a more accurate pronunciation as you learn it straight from the native speakers by uploading audio files. I would have never guessed a few years ago that one day I would end up in India learning Hindi and Sanskrit. Growing up as a child, I always wanted to learn Japanese, but now Japanese has to wait. I'm waiting for the day when I will be fluent in Sanskrit. I have given myself a target of achieving this in 5 years, and hopefully I will do it. For now, learning Hindi is something that I am enjoying a lot, and I hope to learn it within 2 years. See you again.